In a world that is increasingly being affected by climate change and loss of biodiversity, the role that our forests play have never been more vital. Today, we sit down with the Honorable Principal Chief Conservator of Forests, Anurag Bajpai, to understand about the priorities, policies, and values that shape the future of our environment. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. We would like to know what are the key areas of focus and top priorities under your leadership as head of the Forest Department.
First of all, thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak to the people of Manipur, people of the state, on forestry matters, environmental matters, which are, the need of the hour. As Principal Chief Conservator of Forest and Head of Forest Force in the state, I, along with my department, we are responsible for preserving our green cover in the state. Green Manipur is the foremost priority area for me. The second point, there have been, I accept, there have been some degradation in forest cover. Earlier it used to about 76% forest cover, but now it is 74% because of various reasons. I need not to comment on that at present, but yes, 74%. So my second aim is to reverse this trend. Third priority area mine would be that forest being the strength of the state, it should contribute to the state GDP. It should become the fulcrum of the economic activity in the state. Because of the loss of forest cover in past few years, there is loss of our natural water resources, natural springs. So we have to reverse this trend also. We have to rejuvenate our springs. We have to rejuvenate our natural hydrological regime.
So, in continuation to that, in the process of reversal of the damages that have occurred over the years, are there any important policies or new initiatives being introduced at the state level to strengthen forest conservation and environmental governance?
Yes. The policies, if I mention, the first policy is that the protection. The protection as a forest department, we are mandated by laws. We are regulatory department, and what we have, done now in the past few months, I must say, that we have improved our patrolling in forest areas. We have also to look at the need of the people, because common people we can't deny. The common people who are totally depending on forest areas, that part we have to look at, and their demand, their requirement should be met from forest. Once they are satisfied, when they get adequate material which is required for their livelihood, then they also come in our support. So that part we are taking care. The forest department is coming very heavily on the illegal earth cutting. Certainly the department is not going to permit it. It should be regulated, because this illegal earth cutting will not allow any seedling to grow unless it is reclaimed properly. When it is regulated, then there is a proper reclamation plan.
So, sir, as you mentioned before, there is a significant reduction in the forest cover. And according to the people, as in the common people, we fear there is a pressing concern about deforestation. which might be a cause. So we would like to know, how is the department addressing these issues and ensuring the integrity of our forests?
Good question. First, I will come to another question which comes to from my heart. Who fells the tree? Is it forest department? I don't think so. Have you ever found any forest officer felling a tree? Or any forest ranger felling a tree?
No, sir.
I don't think so. It is members of public only. So who has to protect it? Public only. And we are there. We are there to facilitate this entire process. We are there to change the mindset. And if it is from the vested interest, we are there to check it also. As a department, we are going for the bamboo on a massive scale in the blank forest areas, because you all know that bamboo is a fast growing species. Within 2 to 3 years it will come up for harvesting, and how economically important it is we also know. Here, as I have said at the beginning, that forest has to be in the as a fulcrum of the economic activity. So we need to ensure that. So what we are trying now, the forest blanks, we are going with massive bamboo plantation. Moreover, the areas where we have destroyed poppy under war against drug, those areas also we are taking up under bamboo plantation on a massive scale. In 2024-25 and current year 25-26, altogether we are going to plant 645 hectare of area with bamboo. Third part is effectively controlling the illegal activities inside forest areas, or whatever is damaging, whosoever is damaging the forest, we will take care of them.
So as we've learned by now, sustainable forest management often relies, especially in a state like Manipur, on the involvement of local and indigenous communities. So we would like to know, how does the department engage with them to ensure inclusive and effective conservation?
Vandhan Vikas Kendra, it is all communities who are depending on forest, and now they are earning their livelihood. So they have learned the importance of forest. What we are looking at, those species should remain in the forest because their livelihood is dependent on that. That is number one. Number two, now we are also working on, we have just made a plan, because we must know what are our resources and what is their quantity, because we have to look at demand and supply, because number of Vandhan Vikas Kendras are increasing. Even the industries from outside who are ready to invest here in the state, who are ready to set up here in Manipur, who are ready to generate employment in the state, whether we are in position to meet their demand. So we are working on a project, and it will start this year, within this year only, on the resource mapping of the entire forestry resources of the state. And we are not going to, it is not a kind of a normal survey, it is going to be technology based. We are going to involve some premier institution like IIT, or some startups who have passed out from IITs and have expertise in these things. We are going to involve them.
So sir, in your view, how can the general public, especially the youth, play a more active role in environmental conservation and the protection of our natural heritage?
For general public, I would simply say what they do in their premises, what they do at their homes, they keep it clean, They plant trees in pots. Why? There is a reason, they know it. The same principle has to be applied in a little bigger area. If they can plant a tree and protect a plant or protect a tree within their premises, why not expand it a little bit beyond their home boundaries? So the general public, as I have said, the principle is the same. What we do at home, we just expand our area. For the officers, more personal touch in every action, that is also required. And third thing which we are looking at, promote local species. Local species, so that the species profile do not change. And if the local species provide some economic returns, then it becomes more acceptable to the public. That is the thing. So it has to be, there has to be a connection between the department, executive agency, and the people. And overall, a personal touch in every action.
So, sir, coming to our last question.
Yeah.
What is your long-term vision for forestry and environmental conservation in the state? And in addition to that, we would like to request you to convey a message to the citizens of the state regarding their responsibility and role in forest and wildlife conservation.
Right. So, I would like to mention for wildlife first. In the state, we all know that Sangai is one of the most important species. It is our state animal. And we also know the significance of Sangai because it is a single isolated population. When I say it is vulnerable, it means that if a disease spreads, then entire population may vanish. Therefore, there is a requirement of having its second or third home in similar conditions. That is why we are looking at, various areas at Fumlenpat or, other neighboring areas where we find some kind of Fumdi. Because it has adapted to that kind of habitat. So that is Sangai. And moreover, Sangai is, culturally related to the Manipuri society. It needs to be conserved. And that is what we are working on. And I seek support from the neighboring areas, be it Cable village or Thanga village or, all those areas where Fumlenpat is there, Kumbi and all those areas. We need that kind of support. That is number one. Moreover, I also appeal to the people in neighboring areas of Loktak Lake not to resort to such kind of activities where there is a loss to Loktak Lake. Because Loktak Lake is the only freshwater lake in the state, and it is the largest lake in the entire Northeast. We have seen recent floods. We have been facing floods for last 8-9 years, because I am in the state for last 32 years. So I am observing more frequent floods in the state now, particularly post 2016. When I see one of the reasons why there is a flooding, when I joined in the state in 1995, the area of the Loktak Lake was somewhere around 280 square kilometer. But now when I see the area of Loktak Lake, it is somewhere around 240 square kilometer. So 40 square kilometer of the basin where the rainwater used to go in the past, it has been lost. How? Because of, anthropogenic pressures, encroachments. All these things are there. And then we say, we all human, I am also included, that there is a flood. It is because of whose actions? Our actions. Now coming to, if I say the forestry or, for this, in what way we are going to look at forest and what is our, I would like to appeal, I have already mentioned in my previous, statements that forest is not alien to us. It is part of our life. Trees are part of our life. We just take it as it is. It is one member in our family. If I have a tree in my premises, it is another member. It is a living being. It has life. We have to nurture it. And it applies to all citizens. It applies to all forest officials. It applies to all administrators. It applies to all politicians. It applies to all, all members of the society. So a personal touch. I always look for personal touch from all sections of the society, because the trees are living being and it is member of your family only, because it is providing you food security, it is providing you water security, it is providing you life by providing regular oxygen. So how can you deny a tree from its rights? So now I am talking about the rights of the tree. So you can't, as a human being, we ask for our right. And tree, which can't speak, but it is a living being, does it not have a right? I pose a question to the general public. I will like to leave at this point. Rest you, leave it to the forest department. Trust the forest department. We will take care of the forest cover of the state, and we will certainly increase it to the level where it is required, and we will bring it to as a fulcrum of the economic activity. Thank you. Namaskar.